Hello, super friends and comic crusaders. Welcome to Insightful Jan, your headquarters for all things extraordinary. Today, we're suiting up for a thrilling ride as we present the top 25 best-selling superhero comic books. And guess what? There's no specific order because each one is super in its own right. If you're new to the realm of comics and are wondering where to start, or if you're just looking to add some superpowered tales to your collection, you're in the perfect spot. And here's our heroic twist for each comic book. We're linking it to a similar superhero movie. So, if a movie had you cheering for the hero, its comic book counterpart is bound to make your heart soar too. I'll provide a quick, spoiler-free summary of each comic storyline, packed with just enough punch to pique your interest. Then, we'll connect it with a movie that shares its heroic essence. From cosmic defenders to masked vigilantes, our list is a power-packed celebration of the heroes who leap from the page to the big screen. So, grab your capes and shields, and let's dive into a universe where anything is possible and heroism knows no bounds. By the end of this video, you might just find the superhero comic that aligns with your cinematic tastes, and who knows, you might even discover your inner hero along the way. Let's start off with position 25, Hellboy, Dark Horse Comics. Hellboy is a comic book series created by writer-artist Mike Mignola. The series has been published by Dark Horse Comics and is known for its dark and atmospheric storytelling that combines elements of horror, mythology, and action. The protagonist, Hellboy, is a demon summoned from hell to earth as a baby by Nazi occultists. He is discovered by the Allied forces and raised under the guidance of Professor Trevor Bruttenholm, who founded the Bureau for Paranormal Research and Defense, BPRD. Hellboy becomes a benevolent superhero, albeit with a grim demeanor and a sarcastic wit, fighting against dark forces including witches, warlocks, and other supernatural entities. The series is deeply rooted in folklore and myth, drawing on a variety of sources including Lovecraftian horror, Gothic literature, and various world mythologies. At 24, Aquaman, DC Comics. The Aquaman series from DC Comics presents the adventures of Arthur Curry, the half-human, half-Atlantean prince who is the rightful heir to the throne of the underwater city of Atlantis. With his unique heritage, Arthur struggles with his identity between the surface world and the ocean depths. As Aquaman, he possesses superhuman strength, the ability to communicate with sea life, and is an unmatched warrior in both the water and on land. The comics often delve into political intrigue within the aquatic kingdom, Arthur's efforts to promote peace between his two worlds, and environmental issues affecting the oceans. The stories are rich with mythology, featuring ancient sea monsters, lost worlds, and the advanced technology of Atlantis. Number 23. Black Panther, Marvel Comics. The Black Panther comic series from Marvel Comics is centered on T'Challa, the Black Panther, who is the sovereign of the fictional African nation of Wakanda. Wakanda is depicted as one of the most technologically advanced countries in the world, thanks to its exclusive reserves of vibranium, a mineral with extraordinary properties. T'Challa is not only a ruler but also a warrior, a genius inventor, and a scientist, embodying the attributes of the Panther goddess Bast. The series delves into T'Challa's personal challenges, his responsibilities as king, and his role as a superhero. The stories often explore themes such as the responsibility of power, the clash between tradition and modernity, and the struggle to protect his nation's heritage and resources from external threats, all while navigating international politics and social issues. Position 22. Invincible, Image Comics. Invincible is a comic series published by Image Comics and created by writer Robert Kirkman and artist Cory Walker. It tells the story of Mark Grayson, a typical teenager except for the fact that his father, Nolan, is the most powerful superhero on the planet, Omni-Man. As Mark develops powers of his own, he takes on the superhero alias Invincible. The series begins with Mark's high school life and his early days of superheroics, and progressively takes on a darker tone as he learns more about his father's true heritage and the larger universe around him. The narrative is a coming-of-age story that follows Mark's journey from a naive hero to a seasoned savior, facing increasingly complex moral dilemmas and the harsh realities of his existence. It explores themes of responsibility, legacy, and the cost of power within a richly constructed superhero world. The series is known for subverting traditional superhero tropes, presenting graphic violence, and addressing mature themes head-on. Number 21. Spawn, Image Comics. Spawn is a comic book series created by Todd McFarlane and published by Image Comics. The series follows the story of Al Simmons, a former elite government assassin who is betrayed and killed by his own agency. After making a deal with the demon Malbolgia, Simmons is resurrected as Spawn, a Hellspawn sent to Earth. However, Spawn turns against the forces of Hell and becomes an anti-hero, struggling to fight against evil influences while also seeking redemption for his past sins. Spawn's journey is a gritty exploration of good versus evil, morality, and the quest for redemption. The character is caught in a supernatural war between heaven and hell, and his story involves a host of otherworldly creatures, including angels, demons, and other hellspawns. The series is notable for its intricate plot lines, deep character development, and its stark, shadow-laden artwork that gives it a distinctive visual appeal. At 20. Incredible Hulk, Marvel Comics. The Incredible Hulk series from Marvel Comics revolves around the life of Dr. Bruce Banner, a brilliant scientist who, due to an accidental exposure to gamma radiation, becomes the Hulk, a giant, green-skinned creature of immense strength whenever he is emotionally agitated or physically provoked. The transformation is a curse and symbolizes Banner's loss of control over his own temper and the monster within. The Hulk is pursued relentlessly by the military, particularly by General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, who sees him as both a threat and a potential weapon. The series not only focuses on the physical battles the Hulk faces, but also delves deeply into the psychological struggle of Banner. It addresses the themes of anger management, the consequences of suppressed emotions, the fear of losing oneself in rage, and the duality of man as both a rational being and a creature of emotion. Banner's quest to cure himself and the Hulk's desire to be left alone are central conflicts throughout the series. Number 19. Green Arrow, DC Comics. Green Arrow is a comic series published by DC Comics featuring Oliver Queen, a wealthy businessman and owner of Queen Industries who is also a vigilante archer with superb combat skills. After being stranded on a deserted island, Oliver Queen survives and masters the bow, becoming the Green Arrow. He returns to his city with a new purpose, to fight crime and corruption as a secret vigilante. Unlike many superheroes who are driven by tragedy or destiny, Green Arrow is a hero by choice, using his skills and resources to take down criminals and corrupt officials. Oliver Queen's Green Arrow is a complex character, often portrayed as deeply flawed but fundamentally committed to his cause of social justice. He deals with real-world issues such as political corruption, corporate malfeasance, and the socio-economic divide. Green Arrow's stories are action-packed, but they also often include a strong element of political and social commentary, reflecting the character's roots in the socially conscious comic book writing of the 1970s. At position 18. Wolverine, Marvel Comics. The Wolverine series from Marvel Comics delves into the life of one of the most iconic characters in the comic book world, known for his brooding nature, virtually indestructible adamantium-laced skeleton, and regenerative healing power. Wolverine, whose real name is James Howlett but is commonly known as Logan, has a storied past that spans more than a century, given his slow aging. The series often explores his complex backstory, which includes his time in various wars, his tumultuous relationship with the Weapon X program that transformed him into the lethal weapon he is, and his integration into the X-Men as both a fearsome fighter and a mentor. Logan is characterized by his inner battle with his feral instincts, which is a central theme throughout the series. His animalistic rage is both a source of his formidable prowess in battle and a point of personal contention, as he strives for self-control and a sense of humanity. His stories are a blend of visceral action, deep emotional struggles, and a quest for understanding his place in the world, whether among humans or mutants. At 17. Teen Titans, DC Comics. Teen Titans is a DC Comics series that assembles a dynamic group of young superheroes who must balance their personal lives with their responsibilities as defenders of justice. The team traditionally includes characters like Robin, the Boy Wonder and leader, Starfire, an alien princess with energy powers, Raven, a mystic with telekinetic abilities, Beast Boy, who can transform into any animal, and Cyborg, a technologically enhanced human. The series addresses the complexities of growing up, forging an identity, and the trials of working within a team. The Teen Titans not only fight against villains, but also deal with issues that resonate with their youthful readership, such as friendship, love, betrayal, and self-discovery. These heroes work together to overcome their inexperience and often prove that despite their youth, they are formidable protectors in their own right. At 16, Captain America Marvel Comics. Captain America is a Marvel Comics series that chronicles the adventures of Steve Rogers, a frail young man who, during World War II, is transformed into a super soldier thanks to an experimental serum. Assuming the mantle of Captain America, he becomes a beacon of justice, fighting tyranny and oppression. His iconic shield not only serves as a weapon but also symbolizes the ideals he stands for. Throughout the series, Steve Rogers grapples with his identity as a man out of time, having been frozen in ice and awoken in the modern era. The comics often address themes of patriotism, the responsibility of power, and the definition of American values in changing times. Captain America's stories reflect the nation's evolving political and social landscape, challenging him to uphold his ideals in a world that can be morally ambiguous. Position 15. The Flash, DC Comics. The Flash comic book series features the super speedster heroes of the DC universe, primarily focusing on the adventures of Barry Allen, a forensic scientist who gains incredible speed through a freak accident involving lightning and chemicals. This speed allows him to run faster than the speed of light, vibrate through objects, and even travel through time. The series is known for its exploration of the Speed Force, an extra-dimensional source of energy that provides the Flash and other speedsters with their powers. Barry Allen's iteration of the Flash is a man deeply concerned with justice and the moral implications of using his powers. Time travel is a recurring theme in the series, often leading to complex storylines where the Flash must navigate the consequences of altering timelines. The comic also delves into his relationships with other heroes and his role in the larger DC universe, especially with the Justice League. Number 14. Daredevil Marvel Comics. Daredevil is a Marvel Comics series that presents the life of Matt Murdock, who resides in the rough neighborhood of Hell's Kitchen in New York City. Blinded by a radioactive substance as a child, Matt gains heightened senses beyond normal human abilities. By day, he is a respected lawyer fighting for justice in the courtroom. By night, he becomes Daredevil, a vigilante who seeks to protect his city from the criminal underworld. The series is celebrated for its dark tone and complex characterization, with Matt grappling with his Catholic guilt and the moral implications of his vigilante actions. Daredevil's adversaries are some of the most humanized and multidimensional in comics, including his arch-nemesis Kingpin, who controls much of the city's crime. The stories often explore the consequences of violence, the nature of justice, and the struggle to maintain a moral compass in a world rife with corruption. At 13, Thor Marvel Comics. Thor in Marvel Comics is a character who blends the ancient and the modern, the mythological and the superheroic. Thor Odinson, the Asgardian god of thunder, wields the enchanted hammer Mjolnir, which grants him mastery over thunder and lightning, as well as the ability to fly and traverse between dimensions. The son of Odin and the earth goddess Gaia, Thor is a warrior of immense strength and valor, bound by a strict code of honor and duty. In the comics, Thor's narrative oscillates between his celestial home of Asgard, where he engages in cosmic battles and palace intrigue, and Earth, where he stands as a protector of humanity and a founding member of the Avengers. His stories often explore themes of power and responsibility, as Thor must reconcile his godly duties with his affection for Earth and its inhabitants. The series has delved into rich storylines that include epic battles, brotherly conflict with his adoptive brother Loki, and quests that test his worthiness to wield Mjolnir. At 12, Wonder Woman DC Comics. Wonder Woman is a groundbreaking title in DC Comics that stars Diana, Princess of the Amazons from the hidden island of Themyscira. She is born to Queen Hippolyta and bestowed with powers by the Greek gods. When an American pilot crashes on her island and tells of a massive conflict raging in the outside world, World War II in her original incarnation, Diana leaves her home to end the threat and becomes Wonder Woman. Diana's stories weave together classical mythology with modern superheroics. She wields the lasso of truth, indestructible bracelets, and superhuman strength, agility, and longevity. Her tales often explore themes of truth, peace, and equality, challenging societal norms. As an ambassador of her people, Wonder Woman strives to bring peace to the world of man, advocating for diplomacy and understanding, but is always ready to fight for justice. Position number 11. Iron Man, Marvel Comics. Iron Man in Marvel Comics is the story of Tony Stark, a genius billionaire inventor who becomes a superhero after creating a powered suit of armor to save his own life. Initially, Stark is a weapons manufacturer whose experiences in a war zone dramatically shift his worldview, leading him to become a technologically enhanced protector rather than a merchant of death. The Iron Man series delves into Stark's struggles with his own demons, including his battle with alcoholism in the famous Demon in a Bottle storyline. It also explores the ramifications of technology in the modern world, the responsibility of wielding immense power, and the idea that intellect and innovation can be used for both destruction and protection. Stark's journey is one of self-discovery and redemption, as he aims to make amends for the weapons his company produced by dedicating his life to fighting evil. Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you found the list interesting and it's adding value to your day, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow and allows me to bring more content like this to you. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Subscribing is the best way to stay updated with our latest videos. Plus, it's completely free and just a click away. Also, make sure to ring that notification bell. This way, you'll get notified every time we upload a new video, so you won't miss any of our exciting updates. Thanks for your support, and now let's dive back into our list. At position number 10, Green Lantern DC Comics. Green Lantern is a DC Comics series that revolves around the Green Lantern Corps, a cosmic law enforcement agency that patrols the farthest reaches of the universe. Members of the Corps are chosen for their ability to overcome great fear, each armed with a power ring that can create constructs limited only by the wearer's willpower and imagination. The most famous Green Lantern from Earth is Hal Jordan, a test pilot who was given the ring by a dying alien named Abin-Sur. The series often explores complex themes such as the nature of fear, willpower, the moral dilemmas of wielding great power, and the importance of responsibility. Throughout its many story arcs, Green Lantern showcases epic space operas, intergalactic battles, and the rich lore of the Lantern's universe, which includes a spectrum of different corps representing various emotions. At number 9, Superman DC Comics. The Superman series from DC Comics is one of the most iconic in the superhero genre, telling the story of Kal-El, the last son of the doomed planet Krypton. Sent to Earth as a baby, he is raised by Jonathan and Martha Kent in Smallville, Kansas, and given the name Clark Kent. As he grows, he discovers his extraordinary powers, super strength, flight, invulnerability, laser vision, and more, and adopts the alter ego of Superman to protect humanity. Superman's narrative is not just about physical battles with villains like Lex Luthor, General Zod, or Doomsday, it's also a moral journey. He represents an ideal, symbolizing hope, truth, and justice in a world that often lacks all three. His stories frequently explore his struggle to balance his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing, the responsibility of his powers, and his quest to blend in as the mild-mannered reporter Clark Kent. Number 8. Batman DC Comics. The Batman series from DC Comics is a deep and multifaceted exploration of one of the most iconic characters in the comic book world. At its heart is Bruce Wayne, a man who, after witnessing the murder of his parents as a child, dedicates his life to fighting crime. Unlike many superheroes, Batman possesses no superhuman powers. Instead, he relies on his intellect, detective skills, physical prowess, and an indomitable will, along with a host of technological gadgets developed with his considerable wealth. This series is known for its dark tone and complex storytelling, as it not only showcases Batman's physical confrontations with the notorious rogues gallery, including the Joker, Two-Face, and the Penguin, but also his psychological battles. Themes of justice, vengeance, and the moral limits of combating evil are recurrent throughout the series. Gotham City, depicted as a character in its own right, is a brooding and corrupt metropolis that reflects and amplifies the darkness within and around Batman. At 7. The Fantastic Four Marvel Comics. The Fantastic Four, Marvel Comics' inaugural superhero team, debuted with the launch of their self-titled comic series. The team consists of scientist Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, who possesses the ability to stretch his body, Susan Storm, Invisible Woman, with powers of invisibility and force field generation, her brother Johnny Storm, Human Torch, who can fly and ignite his body into flame, and Pilot Ben Grimm, the Thing, who has superhuman strength and durability due to his rock-like skin. The series begins with the Four gaining their powers after being exposed to cosmic rays during a scientific mission to outer space. Unlike other superhero teams that are often formed through a sense of duty or circumstance, the Fantastic Four is a tight-knit family, with the group's dynamics often driving the narrative. Their adventures are as much about the exploration of unknown realms, whether in deep space, alternate dimensions, or the microverse, as they are about the interpersonal relationships among the team members. Their stories explore themes of discovery, the potential and danger of science, and the meaning of being human. At 6. Avengers Marvel Comics. The Avengers comic series is Marvel Comics' premier superhero team-up title, featuring a collective of heroes who come together to face threats that no single hero could withstand alone. The core of the team traditionally includes iconic characters like Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor, but the roster is famous for its diversity and has included a wide array of characters from across the Marvel Universe. The series often begins with the rallying cry, "Avengers Assemble," and showcases a blend of character development, strategic combat, and complex narratives. The Avengers must navigate not only external threats but internal conflicts and clashing personalities, creating a rich tapestry of relationships that evolve throughout the series. The stories explore the power of collaboration and sacrifice, and what it means to strive for a common good in the face of overwhelming odds. Number 5. Justice League of America DC Comics. Justice League of America is a cornerstone series in the DC Comics universe that unites some of the most powerful and beloved superheroes to face threats of a scale too large for any one of them to handle alone. The team's core Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman represents the pinnacle of power, intellect, and compassion, respectively. Alongside these central figures, the roster often includes heroes such as the Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman, and the Martian Manhunter, among others. The series is a blend of action-packed spectacle and character-driven narratives, often exploring how these very different personalities come together, clash, and ultimately cooperate for the greater good. The Justice League's adventures take them from the depths of the ocean to distant planets, other dimensions, and even through time, confronting villains like Darkseid, Brainiac, and the Legion of Doom who seek to challenge or destroy the world. At 4. X-Men/Uncanny X-Men Marvel Comics. The X-Men, or Uncanny X-Men series, is a seminal Marvel Comics title that revolutionized the superhero genre with its introduction of mutants, humans born with extraordinary abilities due to genetic mutations. Under the guidance of Professor Charles Xavier, also known as Professor X, these mutants learn to harness their powers for the greater good. Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters serves as a haven for mutants seeking refuge from a world that often fears and hates them. The X-Men's adversaries range from bigoted humans like the Sentinels, giant robots programmed to hunt mutants, to their own kind, such as the charismatic and powerful Magneto, who believes in mutant superiority and advocates for their dominance over humanity. Themes of discrimination, acceptance, tolerance, and the fight for equality are woven throughout the narrative, paralleling many real-world issues faced by minority groups. Number 3. Amazing Spider-Man Marvel Comics. The Amazing Spider-Man is a comic book series that revolves around the life of Peter Parker, a high school student who gains spider-like abilities after being bitten by a radioactive spider. Embodying the mantra, "With great power comes great responsibility," Peter takes on the superhero persona of Spider-Man, balancing his crime-fighting duties with the challenges of everyday life. Peter's struggles with everyday issues such as finances, romance, and family, combined with his superhero escapades, make him one of the most relatable and enduring characters in comic book history. The series is known for its unique blend of humor, action, and heart. It showcases the growth of Peter Parker from a shy teenager to a confident hero, facing villains like the Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, and Venom, all while navigating the complexities of life. At position 2. Detective Comics DC Comics. Detective Comics, particularly known for its showcase of Batman, is one of the most enduring and influential comic series in history. Debuting Batman in issue number 27, it cemented his place as a cultural icon. Bruce Wayne, after witnessing the murder of his parents, dedicates his life to fighting crime in Gotham City. Unlike many of his superhero counterparts, Batman relies on his human strengths, his intellect, detective skills, physical prowess, mastery of martial arts, and an array of gadgets and technology. Batman's narrative in Detective Comics often revolves around complex criminal investigations, psychological depth, and a gritty portrayal of the war on crime. The Dark Knight is a symbol of fear against the corrupt and the criminal, operating from the shadows. His character study includes themes of justice, vengeance, morality, and the psychological toll of his war on crime. Gotham City, depicted as a character in itself, is a reflection of Batman's soul, shadowy, gothic, and fraught with danger. And to conclude our list is Action Comics, DC Comics. Action Comics is where the legend of Superman began. Introduced in 1938, this series has become an iconic part of comic book history. Superman, the alter ego of Clark Kent, a journalist for the Metropolis newspaper, The Daily Planet, became the blueprint for superheroes that followed. Born Kal-El on the doomed planet Krypton, he was sent to Earth by his parents and discovered by the Kent family, who raised him with human values and a strong sense of justice. Throughout the series, Superman's adventures have taken him across the universe, battling villains like Lex Luthor, Brainiac, Doomsday, and General Zod, among others. The series has delved into his struggles with being a godlike being among humans, his desire to fit in while hiding his true identity, and his determination to use his powers for the benefit of humanity. It also explores his relationships with other characters, such as Lois Lane, his love interest, and fellow superheroes within the DC universe. If you've liked this content and found it valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any recommendations for superhero comic books which were not on this list, but should have been, then please feel free to add them in the comments below. See you later, middle-aged geeks, and don't forget, reading comic books is not only for kids. There are genres for every age and preference.